And welcome back to yet another replay review. Today, we're jumping on board with Bryce here on Adrift Infinity Slayer. Real quick, I want to point this out. Bryce stays in the spawn point at the beginning of the game. My route that I run when I play this map is, let me show you here. I go to the right through the tunnel and pick up the scatter shot. It's a really easy route to go and pick it up, and usually you get there about the same time as the other teams. So on this side of the map, you kind of have an advantage because you can bank grenades into their hallway. But you end up going towards the sticky detonator. Try not to have any leeway time when the game starts hanging out in the spawn. You want to focus on getting power weapons and then immediately moving towards map control, which means height advantage. But I will say this. There's a lot of awesomeness in this replay, viewers. Bryce is very patient and uses the power weapons quite effectively, especially the sticky detonator in this first run. I want you to see how intelligently he uses this weapon. He's not freaking out with it. He's not playing stupid. He's not being over aggressive. He's just using it to its advantage. Check it out. Boom. Very patient, very methodical. Could have killed his teammate there, but instead waited and got the kill. And he's going to get the assist here in a moment, but just remember that after this kill, by the way. But there's an assist coming right. Patunk. Yeah. He's very patient. Very, very patient, and I really appreciate that. It's a smart decision when you get the power weapons to not... A lot of times I just am stupid with the power weapon and go Rambo status, start sprinting everywhere and try and find opponents as fast as I can. That's something to be careful of, and it's admirable that Bryce uses the sticky det every time he picks it up in this game, quite effectively in my opinion. If there's three things that I want to talk about in this replay. I want to talk about the way you manage your ordnance. I agree with all... Nice stick, by the way. I agree with all the ordnance drops that you call in. I think all the choices you're given, you made the right one. Shotgun is super powerful on this map, but we're going to talk about the shotgun here in a second. I think your map positioning needs help. A lot of times you're going to be fighting on the first floor of this map, which is just putting yourself at a disadvantage. And also, I don't see you using your armor ability very often for, running a regen field. I think... I see you use it twice throughout the whole gameplay. So here's my first huge issue. Check this out. You pick up sticky det and you ditch the shotgun. That is like, why? Why? Why wouldn't you keep sticky det and the shotgun? There's DMRs and BRs all over the map, and it's going to be pretty stinking easy to find them, but all that momentum you gained from that nice beginning push with the sticky detonator, you lost because... you just ditched the shotgun over there. So I would highly disagree with that decision right there. Let me read the email real fast because I forgot to do that at the beginning. The email says, that you have played Halo since Halo 2, so quite a few years, and that this isn't your best gameplay to start off. I really think that my DMR isn't the best, and after watching the replay, I found that I got beat in DMR battles a few times. I think that my control of power weapons is decent, and I get 3 ordnance drops during the game. I would absolutely love it if you were very critical. I'd like to improve a lot. Thanks, your loyal subscriber, Bryce. Thank you for the nice email. We're not going to talk too much about the DMR battling as much as we are map positioning and knowing when to escape and when to engage. I might sound like a broken record over time if you've watched a lot of these replay reviews, and it's because I'm talking about fundamentals, like very fundamental things in Halo. And fighting on the first floor down here, I just would disagree with. The enemy team has the ability to flank you much more easily. They also have the ability for the top-down shot. And what do I mean when I say the top-down shot? Well, if an enemy is above you and they're shooting down upon you, it's easier for them to get headshots, first of all. Second of all, if you return fire at them, all they have to do is walk backwards, and they've got all the cover in the world. It's very challenging to kill an opponent who is above you, which is why I wouldn't advise fighting on the first floor again and again and again, repeatedly in the match. Now, also knowing when to engage and disengage. A lot of that has to do with looking at your shields. If you enter an engagement and your shield is dropped even one sliver, you're at a pretty significant disadvantage, right? If you, walk into a grenade, that is a pretty significant disadvantage, and that would signal I need to get out of dodge and stay alive, especially in Infinity Slayer. Now, you don't die very often in this game, and I would say the loss is maybe more attributed to your teammate. One of your teammates just gets 5 kills and a bunch of deaths throughout the game. But I try to not blame mistakes on others. I try and only look at, what could have I, what I could have done? How could have I affected the game, basically? Your DMR accuracy definitely could use a little bit of refinement, and pre-aiming around corners is something to be paying attention to. So if you know you're going to go around a corner and you're thinking that an enemy is there, you can already prepare your crosshairs in that general location before you go around a corner. And I would highly suggest this. Like right there, that was a missed opportunity of a kill just because your gun wasn't really pointed in the right area, if that makes... Whoa, hiccups again, if that makes sense. So, avoid the middle of the map unless you're absolutely positive that your team has map control. Good call here with the damage boost. Sword is powerful in this map, but damage boost is probably the most effective power-up in the game, in my opinion. So I agree with your choice there to pick it up. And what is on my notes? My cord is blocking it. All right, yes, avoid the middle of the map unless you're positive that your team has map control. Now, what does map control mean? That means the height advantage is under control from your team, and also you know that the enemy isn't in control of any power weapons. Nice triple here. Even that like panic nade was pretty funny. But no, you missed the railgun. That's my favorite weapon in this game. Takes a little bit of time to figure out how to use, but once you master the timing, it's really easy mode to get kills with. I love the railgun. So try and keep an eye out for that thing and pick it up. It does make for very easy kills. So... well, did I cover the don't engage when you're at a disadvantage? Halo is as much about engaging as it is engaging. If you have even one shot off your shields, you are at a disadvantage. And also, I saw very little use of your armor ability throughout the match. So, let's talk about regen. Can it be used effectively? Yeah, it totally can. But if you're going to use regen, I would suggest not using the... I forget the cute little name they get it. Is a tactical package or something that lets you have two primary weapons that you're using right now, and use shielding. If you use regen paired with shielding, it is very, very strong. Shielding does not decrease like the interval of time it takes for your shield once your shield's totally dropped for it to start recharging, but it does increase the speed at which it recharges. That means like how fast your blue bar fills up. That fills up faster when you have shielding. So if you're using regen, I can't imagine a reason why you wouldn't want to use shielding at the same time, right? You pop regen, and then you just walk back and forth in and out of the bubble, and your shield is in a constant state of recharging at a very fast rate, which gives you a big advantage. So if you are going to use regen, if you are going to stick with that armor ability, please do give shielding a try. I think it'll help you greatly. The game is about to end here, and we're going to jump into the bullet points. I think it was a very solid gameplay, and I do want to praise you for your patience and your solid use and choice of your ordnance. So let's hop into the bullet points, shall we? 23 kills, very strong game. Looks like one of your teammates let you down, but I'm just focusing on what you can do. Thank you for the replay. Bullet point 1. Some very smart decisions were made with your ordnance. Well done. But do not drop your ordnance, like the shotgun, onto the map. You want to hold on to that. That is an advantage that you worked hard for. And so what if you're rocking two power weapons, if you've got a sticky det and a shotgun? It's just that much easier for you to pick up a DMR after you've killed somebody with one of those power weapons, right? So use those. You earned them. Don't get rid of them. Number 2, work on your map positioning. By this, I mean height control. Don't fight on the floor. Even if your team is down on the floor, that gives you the advantage to be the smart slayer and play up in the attics and play up in the places of height control, right? It allows you to shoot down on your opponents and flank them much easier. And number 3, use your armor ability more often. Halo 4, the big thing that separates it from previous Halos is the fact that we have armor abilities, and a lot of them are super effective and really fun to use in innovative ways. So I'd keep that in mind. Also, a few minor things. Tighten your aim up by practicing, and be cautious as to when you engage opponents. If you have a sliver of your shield down, don't engage. A lot of times, in your email you pointed out that you lost to some DMR fights. A lot of times it's because your shield was already at a disadvantage when you went into the engagement. Make sure you have the advantage before you fight them. And also, if you're using regen, try shielding. I promise it's really cool if you just dance in and out of the bubble and your shield is just constantly recharging. Anyway, thanks for the replay. Hope you all have a good day. Tomorrow is Monday Night in the Pit, and a lot of you are new and you don't even know what that is, but I'm looking forward to it. Have a great day, and BBK, we'll catch you later. Peace!